Hey yo, Jake Paul still a suspicious boxer, my people. The way he's training, the people he's training with, and his consistency, I can't lie, he got me convinced that after this fight, if he's able to beat Juliocesarchavez Jr., my people, we have to take him serious as a real boxer. Now, I'm not saying we gotta say he's the best pound for pound on some Mayweather Canelo vibes, but we could say, yo, he's a real boxer. He's a professional boxer. Like, we could put him against other guys that are just starting as a professional boxer as well, and he'll be a problem, or at least give a good fight, my people. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of his career, yeah, he was fighting other people that, you know, were just like him. They didn't do boxing. They did basketball, baseball, another sport, or just like social media. But they were at his level, you feel me, my people? So it was already impressive that he beat them in a boxing match, but we still didn't take him serious in the boxing world like to go against other professional boxers, my people. But now, after all the fights he's been having, and he did fight like two pretty alright guys that are considered boxers, you feel me? He fought one guy that was undefeated, Tommy Fury, also, my people. He lost to him. But every boxer knows that even when you face somebody that's more experienced than you and you lose, you gain a lot of experience from that fight. The same thing with Canelo, Alvarez, and Mayweather. After he lost to Mayweather, he learned so much from that fight that he input in all his fights after that, my people, in his repertoire, and it helped him out. So this might will be happening with Jake Paul, my people. After this, he hasn't really lost. He's been having good fights, and it looks like he's training hard. He's been putting a lot of money into it. So, tell you the truth, I'm not going to put a lot of money. No matter if I'm rich and I got a lot of money, I ain't going to put a lot of money into something if I don't take it serious and I don't want to really do something with it, my people. Regardless of people saying, yo, he might be paying people. I mean, that's probably true, especially in the beginning of your career. But there always comes a point where you can't have no more suspicious opponents. And those were his suspicious opponents, if you want to count those at that, but they were at his same level. He never had an amateur career. If he had an amateur career and was facing opponents that were like, I don't know, basketball players, baseball players that we have noted before, those type of guys, then it would have been suspicious. Like, yo, you got combat sport experience. But he was just a YouTuber. He wasn't out here, you know what I'm saying, like really hitting nobody. We never even seen him have a fight. If I'm lying, I'm flying, you know what I mean? So the fact that he was able to get in the ring and box with anybody was impressive. Now, I think he's at that level to go in there with real boxers. Now, I'm not saying pound for pound number one, like I said before. But I think that now he can start facing people that are like 3-0, 5-0, little prodigies, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get past Jake Paul if you want to get anywhere. Let me know how you feel about this, though, my people. After the years passed by, Jake Paul now is looking like a real boxer, and like, we can't even front. If we lying, you already know we flying like this helicopter, my people. Let me know how you feel about this. Jake Paul is not a suspicious boxer anymore or not? I don't know. And I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna say Chavez is a bum. He's washed up, my people. But let alone, y'all can't wash. If you a regular casual, you can't wash Chavez Jr. that easy, my people. In order to beat Chavez, no lie, you have to be a boxer. You have to have trained. You have to have some experience. You have to have some type of talent. A regular guy in the streets, like one of you guys that are casuals, is not gonna beat Chavez. I'm gonna tell you that. He's gonna handicap you. He's gonna put you in the hospital. With him lying, you already know I'm flying, my people. Let me know how you feel about this, though. Do you feel like if Jake Paul does win, or at least if he gives a good fight to Chavez Jr., would you consider him like, yo, this is a real boxer, man? He might not be, you know, Mike Tyson or Jai Opachia or one of those top guys, Richard Torres. He's not at that level yet because he's still at a novice level. Novice is under 10 fights, you know what I'm saying, in the amateurs. So he hasn't even had 10 amateur fights, my people. He hasn't even had one amateur fight, you know what I'm saying? He had an exhibition, then went pretty much pro. He had like 2 exhibitions with people that weren't even boxers and went pro. And now he actually been fighting against real boxers. He fought Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is a real boxer, undefeated. He could have knocked out Jake Paul. Any other guy in there would have got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't want to give him credit for this just because he's a YouTuber, my people. Now, I was on the same page before, too. When he first started, I was like, he's just doing this for clout and paying people. But now he's fighting a real boxer. And even though the boxer's like a little played out, it's been a couple years, I'm not going to lie. He has addictions and stuff like that. But still, he still could fight, bro. Like, anybody that gets in the ring with him is going to get tapped up. You might get hit with one shot. It's boxing. You get hit with one shot by a guy that doesn't even box, you might get knocked out and the fight is over. So let alone by getting hit by a boxer, a professional boxer with a lot of experience that has fought Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Has fought big names in the game. he's gonna knock you out if he catches you, bro. Like, that's without a doubt. You getting dropped, you getting hurt. And my man Jakepaul didn't even get dropped. I didn't even see him get stunned, my people. So that had to be impressive. You know what I'm saying? At least that alone. Let me know how you feel. And the way he's training, he's not training like, you know, like he's just playing around with the game and he's not respecting boxing. Now, if he was on that type of time, then it'll be a different story. I wouldn't even support the guy. I'll be like, yo, what is this guy talking about? Like, he's just trying to play the game. He's just trying to rob and scam the sport of boxing. But that's not what's happening here, man. He's actually putting in work. He's trying to find the best coaches. You see him with different people training all the time. That's because he's visiting different gyms, different states, you know what I'm saying, training with different coaches, you know, learning new stuff, putting new skills into his repertoire, you know what I'm saying? So this shows that he's taking this serious, my people, and he's been training all the time. I haven't seen him stop training. He's one of the most consistent boxers right now. Over the past few years, I haven't seen him slack. A lot of boxers nowadays, they'll slack. They at least take a year off, 2 years off, or a couple months. Not Jakepaul. Jakepaul, since he started boxing, he's been on it non-stop, my people. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Since he started boxing, he hasn't taken no time off. Even when he's not fighting, he's promoting other fights or doing a whole commercial for a product brand that pertains to his boxing brand. You feel me, my people? Let me know how you feel about this. Do you think after this fight, Jakepaul will be considered actually a real boxer, or let alone would you consider him a real boxer if he gives Juliocesarchavez Jr. a good fight? Even if he doesn't win, if he gives him a good fight against a former champion, you know what I'm saying, will you respect him and consider him a real boxer? Or if he wins, would you consider him a boxer? Which option would you go with? Like, what outcome would make you be like, yo, I respect Jakepaul as a boxer. I'm not gonna lie, man. He might not be Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson, Gervontadavis. Yeah, he's not at that level. I respect that. We ain't gonna lie like that and try to make it seem something else. But he's a boxer. And if he beats Juliocesarchavez, now that's the confirmation. Now, I'm not saying right now he should be considered a boxer. Maybe. But after he beats Chavez Jr., how can we not consider him a real professional boxer? That'll be crazy, my people. You feel me? If I get in the ring and I beat Juliocesarchavez Jr., or you get in the ring and beat Juliocesarchavez Jr., you don't think you should be called a professional boxer after that? You just beat a legendary son that has experience too. He's not like he didn't box. He has amateur experience, he has pro experience, and you beat him. That's respect, my people. And you should be respected as a professional boxer if you be able to do this. You feel me? Let me know how you feel about this. Jakepaul should be considered a professional boxer, a real professional boxer, and not a suspicious boxer anymore if he fights and beats or even gives a good fight to Juliocesarchavez Jr., my people. Let me know how you feel about this. And comment below if you have any questions or the next video I'm going to do, or anybody you interested in me reading their record. Let me know, my people. You already know the vibes. Let's get it. Boxing's very own.